All right. Welcome back, everybody. This is Weeknights. What is it? Thursday? Friday. Oh,
This is Friday.
man. End of the week. We made it.
Yeah, we did. Barely.
Never should have made it.
Would have made it.
Oh, that's what it is. Would have. I
Without
thought it was should have.
you.
See? That's how you know I don't listen to gospel.
I mean, even if you don't listen to gospel, I feel like
Yeah,
that's
we
a
kind
song
of know
that
that.
just everyone knows.
Yeah, this is true. All right. Well, I am JD, aka He Who Pods. You
Forgot my
forgot your
cue.
name.
Forgot my cue. Darn.
Oh, shit.
I'm Dash, aka Dashing D, aka the real king of R&B, and we're back with another one.
Another one.
Yep.
All right. Well, where should we start? Should we start with another review, or
Mm,
you wanna get the other topics out the way first?
let's do the other topics and then we do the review.
All right.
As promised, we promised them another review today, and I'm going to
Mm.
deliver.
Yeah. Well,
Dang thing is
I
weird.
see you're green,
You see
and it
my?
reminds me that Shrek 5 is coming.
It is coming in
And along,
2026,
correct. I think
25.
it's 25. But along with that, we get something I didn't even know happened, existed. I don't even know what's the right term here.
Yeah,
But apparently, Cameron Diaz is, quote, unretiring to do Shrek 5. Who knew Cameron Diaz was retired?
I had no idea that lady was retired. Apparently, according to sources, because I don't remember where I read it.
According to sources.
According to sources,
Don't be careful with your sources. Don't get in trouble like Joe Budden did.
according to sources, Cameron Diaz has been retired since 2018. Apparently, she resurfaced somewhere around 2022 to do a Netflix film with Jamie Foxx, and then
Jamie.
she went back to wherever she was. Like, apparently, she was doing like she was writing books and investing, and she was doing other things. So,
Holler.
um, but she wasn't making movies. I didn't notice. Um,
Me either.
I think part of the reason I didn't notice is because even though Cameron Diaz is not solely dedicated to like rom-coms and things like that, I just feel like some of those genres and subgenres kind of dissolved over the years. You don't really see a lot of that stuff anymore, especially on the big screen. And
Gotcha.
Cameron Diaz was popping up in a lot of like large screen, like I don't know, the movies she's done with Ashton Kutcher and the likes of them and whatever. She was doing a lot of movies like that. I feel like we don't get a lot of those movies anymore.
Not
Um,
really, no.
so it's not to say that's the reason why she retired. I really don't understand why she retired. I assume she just didn't want to act anymore. She wanted to do other things.
I
Um,
guess, yeah.
but it kind of makes sense to me just because the the lane she was in. It's kind of like those lines have blurred a lot. We don't get a lot of that content anymore. Not in the same way.
Right.
Because we still get like those flowery type of funny romantic movies if you do watch Netflix or a Hulu or something like that where they create
Right.
original content. Um but really strange. I mean, good for her that she's, gonna, come back to be Fiona. She's Fiona, right?
Yes.
Um in Shrek 5. First of all, why is there's a Shrek 5?
Man, that's the real conversation. Why is there a Shrek 5?
Does there really need to be a Shrek 5? I mean, and they have not only just done Shrek, they have done so many spin-offs. They've done Puss in Boots.
Yeah, I'm about to say Puss in Boots got like 3 movies, no?
Yeah. I mean, I guess right until the wheels fall off.
They are.
I'm not mad at it. I mean, you got to do what works for you. You know, if it's making money.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, because even with the animated movies, I feel like they're more sparse these days. So why
oh
not
no,
do a
there's
trailer?
lots of animated movies.
You think there's a lot? I feel like there's the big ones, and then there's the other ones that like don't really get a lot of play. You don't hear a lot about them, and they're in theaters for like a week, and then they go away. But like a Minions or Despicable Me, that's a big deal, right? Inside of You came out, that was a big deal. I don't know. I just feel like movies are different.
Inside Out.
Hmm?
You said Inside of You. You mean Inside Out?
I said Inside Out. I said Inside
Oh,
of You.
I thought so, but maybe I'm wrong.
I don't
We'll
know.
find out on
We'll find
playback.
right. We'll find out on the playback. It is possible I said Inside of You. For reasons we don't have to discuss here, but it is very possible that that is what I said.
Right.
Okay. But
Yeah, I mean, listen, if
just
they
thanks for the
have
long work
the,
week.
I got you. If they have the data, that shows people gonna come buy Shrek 5 tickets, cool. I mean,
Are you
for
gonna see it?
me, I was just about to say, I don't think so. No, I don't think so. But maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll see. I ain't seen a trailer. I haven't seen the trailer with my daughter. Sometimes that does it. Sometimes I'm like, man, I ain't watching that. I see the trailer, my daughter, she, Dad, we gotta watch this one, Dad. Dad. All right. Okay.
I mean, you're the movie guy. You gotta, you know, you gotta be prepared for whatever when it comes to the movies.
Sometimes you gotta take one for the team. This is true.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, listen. Congratulations to Cameron Diaz for coming out of retirement twice. And I'm going to say Cameron Diaz is no different than a rapper who lies about retiring, okay?
Oh,
I want to make
absolutely.
sure that I keep the same energy for all you retiring creatives. Stop telling us that you're retiring because you're not. You're just
Right.
taking a break, and that's fine. Take a break.
Right. Call it taking a break.
Everybody deserves a break. But what you need to stop doing is telling us that you're leaving something and you're not going to return, and then you return several years later or
Right. I'm
even
about
a
to say,
couple
or
years
just
later.
don't announce it. Just go be quiet over there.
This is what I keep saying. Don't say it. Don't tell us that it's a retirement. I don't care. It doesn't change anything about what I felt about you. It doesn't change anything about what I'm going to watch versus what I'm not going to watch.
Right.
All it does is allow you to protect your peace, and then you don't have to have a conversation every single time you come out of retirement about coming out of retirement.
Yeah. I'm with you.
I don't know. Anyway,
Well, speaking of retirement, Rihanna done did it again.
now that is a lady who didn't tell y'all she was retiring and continues to live her life. Okay, that Rihanna is the blueprint. Okay, do what Rihanna does. She just one day was like, I think I'll make some makeup.
That's it.
And she did it. And no one questioned it. In fact,
No one.
everybody got excited. And all the girls are on the internet telling us how great Fenty Beauty is. And then she said, I think I'm going to drop some skincare.
Right.
That was
And
in
you
as good
forgot
as.
you forgot the lingerie. That was first.
Oh, well, of course. You have the lingerie. You've got Savage by Fenty. You've got the skincare. You've got, which I've heard have gotten some great improvements because in the beginning it was a little touch and go. She's now doing hair products. And in the midst of all of this, people keep asking her, hey, where's R9? Is it coming? Have you been in the studio? She's like, yeah, I've been in the studio.
All right.
Is it coming? I don't know.
Right.
I don't know.
Well, the latest is a tweet from Rihanna that says, "Try to tell y'all we outside all 2024." proud to announce that Fenty Beauty is a premium partner of the Olympic and Paralympic Games. Baby.
Congratulations to Rihanna for continuing to do what she wants to do and not telling us that she retired from music. Listen, I stand a queen who is about her business, who
All
is
right.
going to get in there and make her money and make her mark in the world. And she is continuing to
Okay.
do that
Yes, she is.
without putting out new music. Y'all can
Without
listen
putting
to
out
the
new music.
to the classics at this point. That is it. And this is how you gotta do it. You pop in, as Kendrick said, sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas. And then you could just go back to wherever you came from.
And then you just go back.
Yeah, then she goes home and she takes care of her babies and hangs out with her man. Like,
All right.
what a
Sings
life.
Glorilla to him.
Yeah, what a life. A
You know what I mean?
billionaire. A billionaire. And
But
she's a billionaire and she ain't tell y'all she retired from music. What other blueprint do you need?
the Blueprint 1, the Blueprint 2, the Blueprint 3.
What is your favorite blueprint?
Oh, my favorite, I guess number 1, because number 2 was way too long. So
Hmm.
by default, it was hard to love that one. Even though it's a great album, it's a great double disc, but it's hard to make it the best one when it's cheating. It's too much music. And then number
I was gonna
3,
say the
I
same.
love number 3 lyrically, but number 3 had some really weird hooks. If you need an example, go listen to Reminder. I'm not gonna sing it, but really, no
Yeah,
one is singing it, and that's part of the problem. But yeah, so I'm gonna go with number 1.
I'm gonna go with two.
Number 2 is your favorite Blueprint?
I think so.
Wow. All right.
I think so. Now I feel like I need to go listen to them. Stupid me for asking that question. Because now I feel like I'm not making an informed decision right now. I'm just kind of.
Number two was good. It was
That
solid. It just
was.
was long. Like
I remember how
then
long
they
it
tried to
was.
cheat. They did the Blueprint 2.5, and it was all the mainstream records on one disc. Ah, fool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. Blueprint was cool. But what do you think about Rihanna and the Olympics?
Oh, I think. Listen, get all the money, do all the partnerships. I love it. I'm very happy for Fenty and Rihanna and the success of everything they have going on. I think it's amazing. I also think, we ain't getting no motherfucking music anytime soon.
Because she retired from music, but she didn't tell us. You see how this works?
We'll
You see
see.
how this works? And then when she comes out of retirement, we're not going to be like, oh my gosh, Rihanna told us she was retired. And
Right.
now she's back. Is she back for real? Is she back temporarily? You see how that works?
I do. I does.
Yep. Well, I'm excited for her, as usual. And I love me some Rihanna. So, you know, go forth and do your thing. You badass.
R9 coming soon.
Right. Or not.
Or not.
Or not.
Or not. Anyway.
On them red carpets, trolling the hell out of people. You going to the studio?
Y'all
She's
should do a
like, yeah, I
montage of
feel
every
like
time
going
you
to the
ask me
studio.
about the album. That's still
Yeah.
my favorite one. Telling them what content they should make.
Right. Ask me about R9.
Right.
Oh, she loves being able to tell those people they don't have no music to give them.
Right.
She's like, I'm kind of feeling like recording music again. That was the latest thing she said, right? I'm kind of feeling like going back to the studio and
Right.
starting from scratch.
Yeah. I'm feeling creative again. New partnership with the Olympics, by the way. Right.
He has been recording that album for years, and she's over here in
But she
2024.
hasn't been. That's the truth. The truth is she has not been recording it for years.
It's in 2024. Let's start over.
I think I should start over. Yeah. 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 Yeah, I can't get these scraps. These little pieces I put together.
Redefining the meaning of starting over.
Love it.
Go Rihanna. Oh, what a
Sometimes,
queen.
sometimes you gotta lie to the media. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And everyone else too.
and everyone else too. You know, sometimes listen. If politicians could do it every time they open their mouth,
Every single
Rihanna could do it once in a while. You know, once a
right.
year. Why not?
Right. Yep.
That's
I
it.
mean, listen, but we don't even know who the Democratic nominee is going to be. So
Hey, no, that's what I'm waiting for, so I could do my pod. You know what I'm saying?
you know,
So what we doing? Michelle Obama? You
I mean, we
know what I'm
going
saying?
into the weekend not really knowing
Michelle.
who.
It should be anyway. This ain't a political podcast. Never mind.
If you
But if
need
they
me,
want to win, I'm just saying, if they want to win,
if you need me to come
go get
on,
go get an Obama. You know what I'm saying? Get you an OBZ. And then somebody, you got to throw in somebody popular like AOC or one of, you know what I mean? Bernie Sanders, I like him, but I think it's over for that. But, you know, feel the burn. You might could feel the burn. I don't think people are feeling the burn anymore. But
and I don't think people would want AOC either. I think people would think that she's too controversial.
yeah, but if you got Michelle Obama and AOC, that's balance right there.
Nah, because they're still gonna look at her as a liability. Isn't she? Isn't she the one who recently in the last few weeks threw some other Congress members under the bus? I'm not saying it was unwarranted, but isn't she the same person who did? They don't want nothing to do with that. They don't want anybody whistleblowing. They don't want. They don't want anybody who's going to hold
And
people
listen, and
accountable.
it's the last thing I'm gonna say. And if AOC is in there, you might could finally find out what's up with the UFOs because she's on the committee. You know what I'm saying?
That's listen. The
Yeah, I mean,
priorities.
listen. In
The
their
pri-
first 100 days, they will promise to deliver a UFO flying above the White House.
not that being the goal for the first 100 days. People don't have clean water. Can we worry
And
about
people don't have
UFOs?
tampons either anymore because, you know, other people are wearing them on their ears. But anyway, this is not a political
That is
podcast.
true. That is true. That is.
Um, but we
Leave the
will talk
tampons,
about someone
please.
else who is famous for getting shot.
Why you
No,
did
not a
that?
good segue.
Why you did that?
All right,
Why you did
fine.
that? Why
Just
you
was
did
trying to.
that?
I just was trying to get us there. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
that's what they have in common.
Yeah, I mean, assassination attempts. You know what I mean? It's jokes.
They are going
It's
to
jokes. We
get
got to do like the
your
famous podcast
ass.
and put a disclaimer in the beginning. You know what I mean? Refer to the tag in the beginning. This is not serious. Nobody's snitching on themselves. These are all jokes.
No real,
Whatever all the famous podcasts say in the beginning.
no real description today. The description would be just jokes.
Just jokes. That's it.
Just jokes. That's it.
Just jokes and people retiring, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then there was a review at some point.
Well, I listened to Megan Thee Stallion's new album.
Yes, 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 yes. Tell us about it. When did it come out? How many songs? What's the length?
I hate when you
No,
ask me when did it come out. I don't know what the release date is.
it's all
I
right.
know
I
it was in the
got it.
last couple weeks.
I got your. I
I'm
got your
assuming it
back.
was 6/28,
I got your back. No worries. It's what co-hosts are for.
and it's 54 minutes long. That I know.
All right,
19
and
songs.
you wrong.
What?
Megan came out June 28th.
I said
It
that?
is 18 songs. It is 52 minutes and 8 seconds. Ah.
I feel like that was adjusted. You know they
You
go
got
in.
you got a bonus song we don't know about?
No, you know they go into the streamers and make changes. I feel like that got adjusted, but whatever. It's fine.
It's fine. It doesn't matter if you're accurate about the minutes. Just as long as you're accurate about the review.
Well, I listened. And
All
y'all
right.
know,
How many times? How many times?
I think about 3 at this point.
Ooh, okay. You was trying to give us the thorough review.
Yeah, me and Erica, we've been listening.
I'm about to say, you gotta bring Erica closer because we can't see her. But yes,
We've been listening. So
Bob Dizzle.
we have things, we have thoughts. So Okay, first thing I'm gonna say is I know that we traded albums this time,
Okay.
and I know that you were supposed to listen to Eminem, and I was supposed to listen to Megan Thee Stallion,
And
which we
we
did.
did.
I think you might want to listen to Megan Thee Stallion's album.
Okay.
Now, I didn't even know I'd want to listen to Megan Thee Stallion's album. I was very honest about that. But I listened because that was just the straw I drew, and she was not Eminem, if we're being honest. So again, the straw I drew. But the point is here, and that's not to shit on Megan Thee Stallion. I like what I like, and I have said it before that girl rap is a little weird for me. Now, here's what I stand corrected. Okay, I don't want to call this girl rap. This is just rap. This is just hip hop. I I was pleasantly surprised by this album.
Okay.
I did not know what to expect. I think that I am a little jaded by the Ice Spices of the world, by the ass shaking of the world, by the twerking and the put it in his face. I just think I am I steal his money, blah, blah, blah. Like, I
Gotta
just
clip that.
scamming,
Gotta
scamming,
clip that.
scamming on these men.
Gotta
Like,
clip that. Come
I
on,
think
man.
that I'm a little bit jaded by that. Like, me and my bitches, I hate men. I feel like that is what girl rap sounds like.
They gonna
They're
love
gonna
this.
get in my
They gonna love this.
but I'm telling the truth. I think that listen, I grew up on the Foxy Browns and the Little Kims and the Missy Elliott's and whatever. I didn't
They all had explicit lyrics too.
I'm not saying they didn't have explicit lyrics.
They all had sexual lyrics too.
They all had sexual lyrics.
When even Missy, call before you come, I gotta shave my choke chop.
Right. But I feel like we are living in like a bubblegum era where
Okay.
even the female rappers like everything is very bubblegum. It's very it's packaged very specifically. Like it's not they don't really have the room, at least it seems that way from the outside looking in. They don't really have the room to just be creative or be who they are or lean into their interests or lean into their own personal creativity. I feel like the one thing that was cool about women rapping before was that one, I think that some of them were just a little bit harder just because that was kind of the times that we were in. So
You said that,
somewhat
and I immediately thought about Latifah.
right. Some would argue that like they kind of had to be that way because of what it was, or they had to be over sexualized in certain instances because of what it was. And that's the same thing that's happening now in a different way. It's just a lot for me sometimes. And I really like hip hop. So I don't care for that stuff all the time. Sometimes I just want some good hip hop and that's it.
I
Now,
know this is not the proper time to say this, but since we kind of had this side conversation, I will say, especially because I listened to it multiple times, Nicki's last album did a lot of what you're saying, where she was creative and got into her interests and all of those things. And I think she did a really good job of that. This is not a Nicki review, but because you said that, that's what came to mind. That everything you're looking for, you should go bump Nicki's last album.
I think I did listen to it. And yeah, I think you're right. There was definitely more of that. So, all of that being said, I thought this was a very creative album. I thought that just from a talent perspective, I thought that she showed her range. She showed range I didn't know she had. She the reason I said I think you should listen to it is because I know you appreciate an artist who can switch up their cadence, who can change up their sound, but still kind of create a body of work that works together.
Yes.
I think she did that very well. I
Okay.
think the Megan Thee Stallion that I'm used to hearing, like from the singles and whatever, she was a lot of different versions of herself on this album that I just wasn't expecting or wasn't familiar with. Maybe her fans are way more familiar with it than I would be, but I thought that that was great. Like from one song to the next. In fact, I found myself checking the song to see if there was a feature on the song, and it was
Oh,
her.
okay.
She's singing on the album. Um, I just feel like she was able to like she was like a chameleon. Like she was just able to kind of, you know, take whatever the beat was or whatever the theme of the record was and like switch it up to, you know, whatever she wanted it to be. And that made me feel like, wow, she's way more creative than I thought.
Okay.
Um, Not only that, as far as theme goes, she very much leans into her interest in Japanese culture. There are anime references that I know nothing about.
I'm
I'm not
about to say, let me find out.
I'm not going to pretend to know anything about it. I know that they are specific anime references because some of them I kind of recognize, and then some of them I've heard people talking about in the last couple of weeks. But she does make
Okay.
references to that. I know the one song that's going viral right now is called Mamushi. She does that song with a Japanese hip hop artist. Um,
Okay.
so it's a fun song. It's a really cool song. I wish I knew what they were saying.
I mean, you can find out now.
Yeah, I'm assuming they're just repeating the hook that's already in English. But I think it's a cool song. I think it's a vibe. I think it's something you could play in the club and dance to, but also something that you could just kick it and listen to. Um, so I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that she leaned into that, the culture. I watched some of it on YouTube Music, so she does have like videos for some of the songs.
Okay.
Um, or visuals for some of the songs. It seems like with the Japanese related stuff. I know several months ago she went to Japan, so I think a lot of that was like footage from when she went to Japan.
Okay, that makes sense.
Um, but yeah, it sounded like she had a good time making this album and really got to um, show her chops. And I appreciated that very much. Again, listen, I did not know she had such range. I I will not put her back in the category with those other ladies anymore.
Okay.
I don't want to. I hate saying that because I don't want to be disrespectful towards anyone, but I also do want to point out that I think that Megan Thee Stallion is cementing herself in the hip hop world, in the hip hop conversation. She may not be your favorite rapper, right? Like in terms of like male rappers that you probably put in your top 5 or whatever. That may not be who she is, but she's very talented and I enjoyed listening to her album. I did. I don't think it's an album that deserves too many skips. I think for the most part you could listen to it very easily and make it
Okay.
through and again, I think that someone like you who can appreciate the switch up of the flow and playing around with different sounds and I actually think you would really like her album.
Well, I was going to say that's good because I know that's been one of the criticisms, both from her uh, nemesis, for lack of a better term, and also from some of the public critiques, which I don't agree with. I've heard Megan use different flows, but I know they say she always raps on a specific BPM. She uses a default flow. I don't think that's true. We've heard her do different things. We've heard songs where she switches flow mid verse. So it's great that she was able to do this project and put that all on display. Um, were there introspective records? I asked because I know at one point she put out a project that was like an EP and it was mostly introspective music and it got bad feedback. from the public, I don't know about her fans. But mainstream didn't really appreciate it. So I was wondering, is there some of that in there or not really?
Not really. I don't think so. I think it's more talk shit records than introspective records.
Okay.
Um, I also do, before I forget, I just want to point out some of the features. So I did say there's a Japanese hip hop artist who's on it. I think his name is Yuki Chiba. I believe that's his name. UGK is on the album,
Yep.
which makes a lot of sense because Megan Thee Stallion is from Houston.
Yep.
Victoria
I think
Monet,
there's a video of that.
really.
Think so. Yeah, I got the features pulled up. Go ahead.
Victoria Monet is on that album. I have mixed feelings about that song. I liked the
Okay.
song. Like, you turn it on and I'm like, oh, I like this. But then there's certain parts of this, like she's breathing heavy on the song on purpose. If you listen to the song, you'll understand why. But
Okay.
didn't really care for the heavy breathing. Um,
Well, I see Big Crit is up there, and I don't know Buddha Bless, but I see that name. Big Crit.
yeah.
I haven't. That's interesting that she's rapping with Big Crit. Big Crit is a spitter. Um, that's
Um,
interesting.
there's
I
someone
don't know
else
who
too.
Kyle Rich is. That's the other
Kyle.
feature.
Oh yeah, Kyle Rich. That's the BAS song.
Oh, I closed it. I was just looking at the features. Hold on.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, she has some good features on there. Like I said, I do like the Victoria Monet song. There are some pieces of it that I don't care for, but for the most part I like the song. Um I mean, I think she did a good job. I like the album. I didn't know if I don't care for it. I've said it before. I don't care for ha throughout the song. I don't care for that.
Well, that's her. That's
Heavy
her
breathing.
ad lib. That's her thing.
It's weird and I don't like it. But other than that, when I get past that, it's a great album. So good for her.
All right, good. Look at you expanding your palette.
Look at me. Look at me, trying to be open to the straw I drew.
God, listen, the gig is the gig.
The gig is the gig. And
And
listen,
sometimes, look, we both got a good surprise. I enjoyed the Eminem album. You enjoyed the Megan album, Meg Thee
and I
Stallion album.
and I was never going to enjoy Eminem's album, so you did me a favor.
Hmm. Mhm.
I just wasn't. I just wasn't. And I think we know that. I think you knew that. And I think we.
But man, what a review it would have been if you heard it. You'd have been up here like, midgets, this is crazy. Why is he saying this?
Imagine if you did Megan Thee Stallion and I did Eminem.
Somewhere in the multiverse, it happened.
Right.
Somewhere in the multiverse, it happened.
Yeah, but I no, I do think you should listen to it. Um, I think you'll like it. Um,
Yeah, I'm
or at
not
the
against
very
it.
least, or at the very least, I think you'll appreciate what she brought to the table. Maybe,
No,
maybe it's
and
not an
that's what it sounds like. It sounds
yeah.
like balance, which is what I think we should
Mhm.
all be aiming for as creatives, as musical artists. And again, I didn't hear anything. I mean, whatever records we heard before the singles, yeah. But um, I think it's important to be able to do that. And again, I think if you could show the quote unquote haters, hey, all that shit you said, I can do it. I think that puts a little cherry on top.
Yeah. No, she did her thing. She held her own. I don't have bad things to say about it. The bad things are more cosmetic than anything else. Like I said, I don't like that sound she makes. It irritates me. And then there was the one song with the heavy breathing. Like and again, for 18 songs, I think I would listen to most of the songs on the album.
That's great.
Um,
And that's not a short album.
no, it's not.
She gave us a full body of work.
Yeah. So I actually like the album cuts better than I like the singles.
Okay.
But they're not out of place. Like they belong there. I don't know.
Oh, did the snake theme keep going? We spoke about it possibly.
There's more of that on there. I don't think it's necessarily throughout, but
Okay.
there's more of that on the album, yeah, because she has
Gotcha.
like Boa is one of the songs.
I remember that.
Yeah, so she does lean into that a little bit more, but I'm very proud of myself because
Um,
not only not only did I listen to it and get value out of it, but also I think I showed up here even though I didn't have notes and I had a lot of thoughtful things to say about it.
I thought you did have your notes. Yeah, no, listen.
No, I didn't take notes. I said I was going to take notes, and then I just every time I would listen to it I would be doing something else, so I didn't have time to take notes. But no, this was all off the dome.
Off the top.
Yeah.
Freestyle off the top of the dome.
Which I think that's a testament to her as well, because you can't really get me to remember everything like that if it wasn't good.
That's
I
true.
wouldn't have remembered Eminem. No, I'm
Right.
kidding.
Exactly.
I'm kidding.
No, you would have.
I
You'd
wouldn't
be
have.
like, Christopher Reeves, he died a long time ago.
I still don't
What's up with
understand why he
that?
released that song. I still don't get it.
Knowing you, you'd have started on some. I listened to that white guy's album. Let me tell you something. I'd be like, oh shit. Time to go viral.
Right. Right. So yeah, but no, that is white people and black people's king, so I can't really say too much about. Now
Oh.
black people love Eminem.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Weeknights. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us. Enjoy your weekend.
You
We will
said it
see
yourself.
you.
You had your sad boy era where you were listening to Eminem. I know plenty of black people who had the same sad boy, sad girl era and love them some
I said, you
Eminem.
asked me, was I an angry teenager? And I said, yes. I didn't
Yes,
say anything about sad.
I'm. I'm paraphrasing. I know you said angry teenager. I'm just saying. Um, but yeah, I know plenty of people who went through that angry phase and love them some Eminem. Black be black. People loved Eminem. Maybe they don't love him the way they did before now, but people loved Eminem. I
We
just
sure did.
never. I thought he was all right.
Got
They'll
it.
get me for that too. They'll tell me I don't understand hip hop, and that's fine.
I think you've already proven that you do.
Absolutely, I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about that white man. No, play it. I'm kidding. I'm kidding because you said it.
Enjoy your weekend, ladies and gentlemen. We will see you out on Monday.
Bye.